I'm Desmond Gonzalez. I'm the president of Something to Play For. I want to welcome everybody to the seminar today. We have a great group of entrepreneurs here. We're going to discuss what it takes and their journey along getting to where they need to be. So today we're going to start with Felipe. Felipe, welcome to the show.
Well, thank you, Desmond, for having me.
Anytime.
My name is Felipe Azenha. I'm the co-founder of Cinderfit. We're a Miami-based startup. We launched Cinderfit about 7 months ago. Our product came about during the quarantine. My workout buddy for the past 10 years or so, we didn't have any fitness equipment. I had a bunch of cinder blocks in my backyard. We picked up the cinder blocks, started working out with them. We had buddies kind of join the workout. We were doing these workouts outside. We'd pick up cinder blocks, do a farmer's carry, and had different stations around the neighborhood or around the block. And then people started talking about the Cinderfit workouts during on Google groups in the neighborhood, and we started joking around and we started calling it Cinderfit.
Oh, wow.
And so my business partner has a background in product development and started saying, hey, we should design our own cinder block. And at first I told him he was kind of crazy, and so something clicked for us, and we essentially decided to pursue this idea. I had lived in Central America and had seen cinder blocks being used as furniture, so it's a very pretty product. We engaged with these designers from Harman Kardon, the speaker company in Italy, which is essentially a furniture company. And we basically gave them the directive to please design a cinder block or a concrete block that looks like a piece of furniture but functions like a piece of fitness equipment. And so they came back with this beautiful design. And we launched Cinderfit about 7 months ago, and things are going pretty well.
Awesome. Well,
that's great.
That's great stuff.
Thank you.
Kollin.
So my name is Kollin Lephart. I am the CEO and founder of Destination M+PR. It is a full-service digital marketing agency that specializes in wellness and hospitality. And giving a little bit of background of how we got started. I have just always wanted to work for myself, own a company, and give people the opportunity to grow their businesses, as well as giving people the opportunity to, really grow in their careers. And basically, I just bet on myself and started.
I love that.
Yeah. And, I had a background in marketing, and I knew that I was good at sales. So I was just like, let's do this. And
go for it.
We've been doing well ever since.
Wow, awesome. Well, I'm Desmond. I'm the president of Something to Play For. Something to Play For is a soccer company that, I started. COVID had hit and parents wanted, a lot of training for their children. And the thing was, I was like, I'm not going to do any training. I'm not going to do that. Like, Desmond used to play, come on. And so COVID essentially helped me start my business. And what we do is we focus on individual training, getting kids to where they need to be. We train kids, we train professionals. So that's about my business. And, we're trying to expand and grow and work with and partner with like-minded people. So that's what I do. I want to welcome Sebastian.
Thank you, Des. So my name is Sebastian. I'm the owner of Beach Corner Apartments. It's a business who makes investments, management of properties, smart renovations. When I'm saying smart renovations, it means we created a specific system of renovation where we add 40% of value of every property we touch. And we buy and sell properties too. It's a kind of mix between management, renovations, and investments. We opened the business in 2011, like 12 years ago. Thank God we are doing well, every year growing a little bit more, working hard, with passion, and very busy, always busy. That's where we are now.
Awesome. There's a lot of challenges in the entrepreneurial world. And I think it's important that we let the community, the public know. So Felipe, starting with you, what are some of the challenges that you faced, with Cinderfit and things like that?
Yeah, so I think our initial challenge when we first started the company was getting the product over here. It was much more expensive than we had expected, just because we were shipping at the height of the pandemic when shipping costs were the highest. Raising capital in Miami is difficult. This is the second company that I've started. And there's not much, as much as we talk about there being a startup culture here, there is a startup entrepreneurial culture for sure in Miami. But when you're looking to raise capital, it's a challenging place to raise capital. It's not something like Silicon Valley or New York, where people are looking for opportunities to invest money in really early stage companies. Besides that, it's I think entrepreneurs tend to be very they think their product is amazing and it's going to sell quickly and it's going to, and we were humbled very quickly that that's not how it works, right? Like, you're not going to put this on the internet and all of a sudden 1,000 people are going to buy it. It's a new product. We have to educate the public on how to use it. There's no overnight success story when it comes to entrepreneurship. It really is grinding, putting in the long hours, and 50, 60 hours a week. That's part of it, and you have to have a long-term outlook on yourself and the business, because you're probably not going to make it within the first 5 years. If you're going to hit it big, you're going to do it probably after that. Something like 90% of the businesses that are open don't end up being successful and end up closing their doors. So you just have to be persistent and hustle, and really just believe in yourself, like you said, and keep going at it.
Yeah. That's great insight. No, it's well said. Kollin, what are some of the challenges you face in your business?
Yeah, so we're actually on our way to hitting the 5-year mark this spring.
I love it.
Which
Congrats.
is so crazy. But I knew we'd make it.
I love it.
No, but I mean, yeah, so thinking that going into the business, everything would just be hunky-dory from the beginning. And, it's absolutely not. I, went into the business alone, didn't have investors, didn't really have mentors, didn't have, mommy and daddy's money, but, was extremely resilient. But, I learned that you can scale and grow your business much faster if you have people to help you. People that have been there, or people that have the capital to help invest in the company. So it was a challenge trying to figure everything out kind of alone, but I will definitely say I'm resilient AF and really just push through. And there's been a lot of hard times. I've had to, we lost 3 of our clients in 2 days during COVID. They were our highest paying clients. And in sales, I would do door-to-door sales, and I went pavement. I went door-to-door during COVID. I think I saw maybe 15 doors, but I ended up closing one of the clients. And, I almost had a heart attack during that time. It was very, very extremely stressful. But, you just have to believe in yourself and just, I never want to quit anything unless I put 100% in. So I knew that if I just kept pushing that, God would grace me, or the universe, or whatever it is, with whatever I needed, as long as I worked hard. And then right now it's just growing pains. Right now it's just, processes, systems, making sure we're still providing quality work to our clients, as well as, making sure everything internally is good. You have to focus on the foundation and kind of build up from there. So it's been very, tough at times, but extremely rewarding once you push past those hard times.
Awesome. That's interesting. I can say for my business in the soccer world, it's like Felipe, you said, I thought I was going to start this business, and I thought, man, it's going to, wow, things are going to be great. No, it's, organization. It teaches you, to keep going through, adversity. Sometimes, parents, for me, it's sometimes with the parents, because I played at a level, I played soccer at a level that most people didn't play at. And it's hard to sometimes explain, because parents are going to ask you questions about certain things. And it's like, oh, you should already know the answer, but it's not so simple. So for me, it was communicating. So for me, communicating to the children, having patience with the kids, because you know these kids come, they get all excited, and you know they're all over the place. So for me, one of the toughest things was my patience, but you know it's actually grown me as a person. So I can say that's one of the things that you know were the most challenging. So, Sebastian, what would you say?
Well, starting a business is not easy. At the beginning, you need some capital. So if you don't have this capital, you have to find it somewhere. In my case, I had a few family members helping with the initial investment.
Correct.
But anyway, it was difficult. During the first 3 years, I didn't have weekends off. It was lots of stress every day, no weekends off. It was crazy in every single aspect. But let's say you don't have a family member helping with the investment or someone helping. First, you need to be good in what you do in order to gain trust from somebody, from a friend, right. Like let's say you and me.
Yes, yes.
You have a good business,
yes.
You tell me, I tell you, okay, let's do it. So because I know you are really good in what you do. So that's the main thing. You have to be really good doing what you do, and then the investors will come to you, for sure.
Gotcha.
But yeah, the stress, hard work, it wasn't easy, but after a few years, for sure you can be stable and growing with stability, and that's priceless.
I love it. I love it. You know, we're talking about also the challenges, but I also want to talk about, you know, the benefits, you know, and we'll start with Felipe again. Felipe, what are some of the benefits you think of starting a business, you know, in your business? What are the benefits do you think, you know, in your business?
I don't know, there's something, you know, I caught the startup bug when I worked for a startup called Street Easy that then was acquired by Zillow.
Oh, wow.
And I was employee probably number 10 at Street Easy. There's just something very exciting about starting something new and being part of something that has a lot of potential to do impactful things for a large number of people. I would say for Cinderfit, I think one of the things that I enjoy doing most about it is the amount of people that we're bringing out to our workouts. And you know, it's just great to bring the community together, do these workouts. People are sweating together, getting healthier together, and it's really, you know, a product that it's a single product that you can use, and so that to me is one of the benefits. Another benefit I would say is your upside potential as an entrepreneur. You know, you're really capped by just the amount of hard work you want to put in and build the company. Whereas if you're an employee somewhere else, you know, you're kind of limited by your pay salary. Yes, you can grow within a company, but with entrepreneurship, you know, the potential to grow it into something, you know, truly big is really uncapped. It takes a lot of hard work. There's a lot of dark days, but especially when you're running out of money, and you know, you have friends that have put in money into the business. You have family that puts money into the business, and I think that, you know, you don't want to, you know, look bad in their eyes. I mean, I think our reputation is the one thing that we all have.
Correct.
And so to lose someone else's money is not fun.
Oh.
But yeah, it's very rewarding to start your own business and start something new, especially the initial phases.
That's awesome. No, I love it. And I just wanted to add to what you were saying, you know, watching on, you know, Instagram and stuff, like, you know, you had the mayor out there, you had Udonis Haslam, like you're just bringing so many cool people together. So I just wanted to add, that was really,
thank you.
Cool.
It's been a lot of fun.
I see that. I see that. And Kollin, for you, what are some of the benefits, you know, with your business and owning your own business?
Yeah. So, you know, I think just having that ownership in general can be extremely rewarding. I've always been someone that wanted to have a leadership position, you know, going from being captain of this and president of that growing up. So I've always just had it instilled in me. So having my own business just kind of, you know, gives me that, I don't even know, that nice feeling of just, it's my own, it's something that I own, it's my baby. You know, on top of being able to help clients grow their business and seeing them become more successful, that is just the most rewarding. And then, you know, one of the reasons I started my company was because I wanted to travel and I wanted to be able to run a business and travel at the same time. And I just got back from a month in Peru, and I was running my business while I was in Peru for a month, traveling. All the way from Lima down and around to Cusco. I mean, it was just incredible. And I mean, I cried when I got to Machu Picchu because I was like, wait, it's happening. This is real. Like, I've dreamt about this. And it's just, I mean, being an entrepreneur is extremely rewarding. As we've talked about, it's extremely challenging. But again, resilience, support, just hard work really it's worth it.
It's awesome. I can say, you know, for myself, the benefits, I wake up every morning and I'm like, what can I put together? I should, you know, I'm talking with Felipe, I'm talking with Kollin, Sebastian here, and I'm always like, you know, putting things together. And the thing is, I can put things together and it's just persistence. So for me, the benefit is I have no boundaries in what I do.
It's a lot of creativity.
That's the word, creativity. And I love that because I'm a creative person. I love to meet people. I love to meet people from all different kind of backgrounds. So for me, that's the most, you know, putting things together, like Felipe says, is being creative. So that's what I would say. What are some of the benefits you would say for you?
Well, I think there's a moment when you can start managing your time. That's priceless. It's not at the beginning, for sure. Maybe the year number 2, number 3, or number 4. Not the first year, for sure. Never the first year. If there's a first year with free time, there's 1 in a million. It wasn't my case. But after 2-3 years, you can manage your time, and that's priceless. Then another advantage that I feel in my case, I think everybody feels the same way, the scalability of the business. You can scale your business every year a little more, and there's no limits. It's limitless. Let's say in 5 years from now, you can be big, you know? If you are an employee, that's something that you don't have on your side. So scalability and management of time. That's, I think, the 2 factors.
That's deep,
the
you
2
know?
main factors.
For me, like I said, this is why we're doing these type of, you know, talks, because a lot of people want to know what it takes, you know, different aspects, different opinions and stuff like that. So it's really important. What would you give, and we're going to start with Felipe again, somebody who's wanting to start out as an entrepreneur, right? What kind of advice would you give them, you know, in their path? You know, they're like, I want to make the jump, but I don't know what to do. What advice would you give somebody wanting to start out?
Well, I would say, you know, try to find someone that can mentor you.
Mentorship.
Mentorship, I think, is pretty big. You know, it's not about how smart you are. I think it's about how hard you want to work and how much you want to out hustle everyone else. Because you don't need a degree from an Ivy League school. You know, to be successful.
You hear that, guys? You don't need a degree.
And you don't even need a college degree, you know, to be honest. I mean, an education certainly helps, but I know plenty of successful people that, you know, never went to college. I'm not discouraging people from not going to college, but, and, you know, I think so. Education is big, though. Like, you should read, you should try to find yourself a mentor. You know, go to, you know, even if it's a community college, take an entrepreneurship class, and just kind of, you know, learn the basics on how to run a business. But at the end of the day, it's just how hard you want to work. And it's not about, you know, having a college degree and what university you came from.
Interesting. Kollin, what are your thoughts? What would you give somebody that wants to start out?
There's so much, right? But yes, a mentor is huge. I mean, to find someone that has been where you want to be and can kind of help guide you, or just knows a little bit about something, you know, that helps so much. But I think that my biggest thing would be just bet on yourself and just do it. You know,
just do it. Like Nike, I like that. Just
yeah, do it. You hear about people so often that really want to start a business, that wants this life, this freedom that we have, right? To help others, ourselves. And, I don't ever feel like there is a right time. I think that the best time is now. Make a plan and do what you need to do, connect with the people you need to connect, and just go for it. Stop waiting.
I love it.
I think like Nike, just do
it.
it.
I like it. Yeah. That's awesome. For me, the advice I would share is that there's a lot of smart people out there, and I believe in collaboration. I believe in hiring or teaming up with somebody who's smarter than you. So my thing is I bring in, because I don't know a lot of stuff, even in soccer. If I need to know something, I'll ask somebody who's way smarter than me. I'll bring them in, and it's about partnership. And the biggest thing I'll say is create value for people, because one thing about me is everybody that I know, in some way I want to create value. I want it to be a 50-50. I don't want it to be where I'm taking and they're not, earning or receiving. So it's for me, I would say it's create value. Don't always think about money, because you'll be putting a lot of money in your business, but how can I create value? Because you'll realize if you create value for people will start to assist you in all, different aspects of your business. So that's the biggest one for me is, create value. And you, Seba, what would you say?
Well, I agreed with my colleagues in some aspect. A mentor is very important. But the only problem is some people, they are not lucky enough to find a good mentor. Okay. That's a problem that you find usually in the majority of the people. So let's say you found a mentor, but the majority of the people, they don't find the right mentor or the right expert. So what do you do in that case? That's a big problem. You have to be smart enough to look for like a professionally niche career in each niche and talk to this specific person in this specific thing, another one in another specific thing. So you need to, don't be afraid to ask questions. That's the first thing. Okay. And you need to talk to the person with the expertise in each field.
Correct.
So that's what I did. And I became like, let's say, expert in different fields without having a mentor. So if you have a mentor, much better. But if you don't, just talk to the right people and don't be afraid to ask questions. That's my advice.
I love it. So, we're gonna have one final question, and I want each, panelist to answer this. What is one thing that, you want the public to know about your business where do you see your business going in the next couple of years? So let the public know. We'll start with Felipe again.
I hope our business, grows into an international success. I think we're just, probably in the first inning of our business. And we just want to bring fitness to everyone. And you don't have to buy an expensive Peloton bicycle or an expensive tonal. Like, fitness should not be an expensive thing.
Correct.
Anyone can get healthy. With or without a Cinderfit block, I believe that. I think the Cinderfit block can help, but it's just it's a matter of people just getting out there and trying to get healthy. I think physical fitness helps a lot with mental, and so I think the two go hand in hand. I just think we're gonna hopefully be in international markets in 2 years. We're already starting to sell to international clients.
Beautiful.
We're selling throughout the United States. So it's just at this point finding the right people to team up with.
Correct.
I 100% agree. It's about working with people that are smarter than you, acknowledging what your limitations are. But at the end of the day, like it's like a sports team. You have to have people in each one of those positions. And ideally they're a lot better than you. that's where we think we're going to be in 2 to 5 years in international markets.
I love it.
Wow.
I love it. I love it.
That's
I know you
great.
guys are going to be there.
Yeah.
You Kollin?
So I think that one thing that I want people to know about my business is that we are growing rapidly. Also plan to go more international. We have had international clients before, but definitely want to make a name for ourselves internationally, especially within the hospitality market. And that we're able to adapt to the market. The world is constantly changing and trends are constantly changing as well. Marketing is forever changing, and we want to make sure that we are at the forefront of that, and we are able to do that for ourselves and for our clients, and making sure that everyone is going to be living their best life, both internally in the business, but also doing the best for our clients.
I love that. I love that. I can say for my business, we hope to, now that, David Beckham, obviously Argentina just won the World Cup. So hopefully we're going to have more business in Miami. Who knows if Messi's going to come, but my thing is just to help more kids and to grow and to touch, different lives and different markets. So, there's a lot, like we said, it's like you said, Felipe, about being creative, and, we're just going to push forward, and I'm excited for the future. So that's.
Well, my business was growing a little bit per year, just a little bit, but in a very stable way. There's a point that when you do that for many years, there's a specific year where you can give like a big jump, like a huge leap in 1 second. That's the moment in my business right now.
Beautiful.
I can do like a big step.
Beautiful.
I have to make the decision, because big step, it doesn't mean just more money. It's more responsibility, more people working with you, a bigger team of workers. So it's too much to think about before the big leap.
Correct.
At the moment, we are going step by step. But if the big step is coming, I have to be sure that I'm ready. I'm still thinking about it, but we'll see.
I love it. I
We'll
love
see.
it. I love
It's not just about money.
Correct.
There's many things to analyze
Correct.
when you give bigger steps,
Correct. Correct.
So.
Well, thank you guys, Felipe, Kollin, Sebastian. Thank you guys for joining the seminar. I think it was great, and hopefully this can educate more people who want to take the leap. And we want to also give a big shout out to Fly Boutique. They were the host of this excellent, amazing place. So we want to thank them very much for hosting us as well. Okay, thank you so much, and I'm Desmond from Something to Play For.